Hello, this is Michael Onifer, Director of the Israel Experience College Scholarship Program, and I'm here with Israel Experience Scholar Francis Speelman from Oral Roberts University. Francis, why don't you tell everyone where we are right now?
Right now we're in East Jerusalem, and behind me is the security wall separating Israel and the Palestinians.
And just a moment ago, we were in front of a property in East Jerusalem, and can you talk a little bit about why this piece of property right now is getting attention?
Okay, that property is getting attention because the Palestinians claim, and others as well, that the Jews who are now inhabiting that area are settlers, that they have no right to the land, and they came in and took the land illegally.
So we visited a place in East Jerusalem, an actual home, a piece of property that's under dispute, and when we were there we met some individuals that we were able to have a conversation with, and one was from Italy, and the other two, both from the UK, a part of a Palestinian solidarity movement. And what were some of the accusations that they were making?
They accused Israel of being an apartheid state, meaning that there's a discrimination between races and that there's not equal opportunity for them, and that they're also persecuted, that they don't have equal rights, things like that.
And so after being in Israel now for 3 weeks and going to the Knesset and meeting with Israeli Arabs and even visiting Bethlehem and Jericho and places outside of Israel, what did you think when they made that accusation that Israel's an apartheid state?
I felt that the accusation had no validity whatsoever, that it was passed down to them from someone else, because what I've seen here in Israel is that different nationalities have equal rights. You have people immigrating from all over the world here to Israel, and I feel personally that they all have equal rights. They have the opportunity to be represented in the government, to have an education, and they also receive assistance from the government when needed. And I feel that Israel is not at all an apartheid state.
So if you met those three individuals a month ago and they made the accusation that Israel's an apartheid state, what would you have had to say to them at that point?
I would have been pretty confused because I'm not very familiar with that argument. So I'm not also familiar with Europeans talking to me. So I would probably be pretty confused, and I wouldn't take the argument seriously either, just because I don't know their background and things like that. But I wouldn't know what to think, honestly.
So now you're here and you do know what to think, and you had an answer for the people that we met with, and you had an experience to back up the information that you have, and this is possible through the Israel Experience College Scholarship Program. So as the director, and Francis is one of the Israel Experience Scholars this year, we want to thank you for making this possible and taking young leaders like Francis and allowing them to have this time in Israel, so that the next time Francis meets somebody on campus, in their church, or wherever she finds herself, she'll be able to answer accusations against Israel. So this is Michael and Francis from East Jerusalem, thanking you for training tomorrow's leaders.